Alrighty, here's the second episode to Airsoft 101 Gear and Tactics in Las Vegas, Nevada, starring yours truly, KB, aka Reaper. In my first video, I explained who I am and what I do out here. I'm an airsofter or mill sim operator, and I work, or no, let's say I play for a team called Wild Cards. Um, Basically, this second episode is going to be mainly telling you what kind of gear and clothing of the airsoft industry, or what we use in airsoft. And basically, later on, I'll be progressing toward different airsoft usage, as in, what kind of weaponry we have, what kind of optics we have, what optics is suitable for what environment, what optics is suitable for, what gun. Tell you progression on what airsoft gas pistols are, what AEGs operate off, what gas pistols operate off, mainly rules in airsoft, common rules, I guess you could say, and pretty much that. But before I get into detail, let's start off with what I already was going to come back for, was gear and clothing. Basically in airsoft, what you're mainly going to be using are BDUs if you're a beginner, novice. You're going to be using Woodland BDUs. These are practically cheap, and you can afford them for maybe $30 for both sets, tops and bottoms. Reason being that these are used widely for a lot of newbies is because these are cheaper, they're affordable, and most surplus stores carry them. Reason being that they're outdated, so a lot of military branches have given up on them, and so on, we have progressed to new uniforms. I'm not sure, don't quote me on this. I currently heard that some of the Air Force members are using this uniform. I don't know what they use it for, what MOS, or what they use it for, what job they do, but I've seen some use it currently. From then on, you have the top and bottoms are Woodlands. You can get a DCUs, which are Desert Combat Uniforms. You can get ACUs, which are Army Combat Uniforms, and you can get multicams, which are the later versions. You can get Marine Corps Digis, Marine Corps Desert Digis. There's other uniforms out there in the market which can be used as airsoft. I've seen German uniforms, Australian uniforms, and a bunch of other military uniforms that people can actually pick up on. I personally own one out-of-country uniform, which is Bereskas, which are Russian Special Forces uniforms. That's a pretty penny. Other than that, most people will be presiding for Woodlands. The reason why I'm wearing this to progress and show you what Woodlands can actually not be that bad for being outdated, but can be really used for any type of combat situation in airsoft. And now I want to discuss what else you can use for gear-wise, which is what you can carry on yourself and what you carry off yourself and what you carry through field, and so on and so on. So let's go with my personal favorite. But of course, I like to say everybody has their own choosing to what they want to use it for. But I'm going to show you this one, and I'm going to show you other ones, and tell you about other ones that are out there. Right now I'm carrying a Molly plate carrier. And what's the good thing I like about Molly is that it's adjustable. You get to use it in any type of roles or settings, that you can set any type of pouches anywhere. So for me, you can set multiple pouches, multiple utility pouches, multiple ammo pouches, multiple any kind, basically, if you really think about it. And what it does is that it lets you arrange them in certain ways that you can. So for my plate carrier, I carry for this airplane carrier, I carry an admin pouch, and the admin pouch is actually an administrative pouch, and what it does is that carries all your morale patches, carries some miscellaneous stuff, knives, tools, car keys, watches, cell phones, wallets, for us airsofters, of course. That's an admin pouch. Plus you can carry pens, and if you're a really hardcore airsofter, you can got a map pouch, so you got, drawing markers and stuff like that, and so on and so on. Compasses and maps. From then on, I carry a six mag carrier, which is a 3-mag pouch carrier. So basically, I have 6 mags on me on the pouches, and they're Molly in the front. So I use that to my advantage. So I use a Serpa holster for a 1911 holster right here. Okay, so 1911 will be sit in front. I personally like having a sidearm in front sometimes, when you're in a combat situation, you can go from a defensive combat situation, defensive position to another one by pulling out strictly out there before you get at. So I personally like having sidearm here because it's easier to get to than get that leg holster. Don't get me wrong, everybody who knows me in Airsoft knows I love the leg holsters. I don't know why, but I'll explain why. Doesn't make sense. Just hang on. Basically, all these mollies can be used for any type. I carry basically a multi-purpose molly pouch here, which is a utility pouch, and I can basically put dead rags, dead anything basically that can be used to put anything for me to hold right here. That's what I do with this guy. Now this plate here doesn't have much, but it's used for a lot. Really think. So I'm turning around. I have hydration bacteria in the back, medical pouches here, and basically just assortments of what's it called, pouches. Turn around. Now you'll see here. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but I carry a leg holster. I'm not. I do sometimes run with two leg holsters, two sidearms, but this is for video purposes, showing what a leg holster can be used for. Now this is a Safari Land leg holster. This is a very, very expensive leg holster, but a very durable leg holster. It's a M9 Beretta one. It carries my M9 and my two side pouches. And this is a very standard one. This is a Safari Land double retention holster. So basically there's a screw-on tension holster and a secondary retention. So in case somebody tries to take a weapon off me, they can't and use it against me, because in order for you to actually integrate yourself to the holster, you would first have to disengage the SLS system, which is the slide locking system, and then yank it out. And in doing so, you would have a couple of times for that. I have a time to actually get at you before you do that. But now this one was specifically designed differently. It actually has a hood guard, and actually has a ALS right here, an automatic locking system. So what it does is, in combat strip, I get by somebody who's trying to take my weapon out only, I can push my hood guard down. That covers the self-locking system. And while I'm pushing it down, they cannot grab my pistol because they have no way of pushing it. Plus, I have a secondary system. So in all you have 4 to 5 safety precautions right here, just in case somebody does it. But if you basically remember how to, well, somebody always told me, muscle memory. As long as you practice every day on how to manipulate your gun out of your holster, you can have it on so many safety as long as you do what you know is what's needed to be done. You can take